Good evening and welcome to Fenwick, the second game for us in as many days here at No Fans in the Stands TV. Nick Magus here along my partner, Rick Malnati. Joe Henriksen not with us tonight, but we'll have a special guest joining us a little bit later. For now, we've got our second top 10 matchup between two Catholic schools of the week. We had Notre Dame and Pats on Tuesday night. It was DePaul and Ignatius last night, and this one, the visiting Notre Dame Dons taking on the Friars from Fenwick. Of course, the man of tonight is number 23 in white, Bryce Hopkins, the Kentucky-bound 6'7" senior. Coach Malnati, what do we expect from him?
Well, it's great that it's our third Catholic League game in a week, so we got to branch out a little bit, get to the suburbs. But what a great matchup this is. Preseason, Notre Dame was number one. They did take a blemish, but they're still the team you got to beat. And then you got Fenwick. Both these teams were alive at the end of last year when the state tournament ended. Fenwick was in a sectional final, so was Notre Dame. Notre Dame probably picked to win it. But you look at Fenwick's team, they got one senior that starts surrounded by four juniors. And Bryce Hopkins, right now the way Joe's got it, he's the number 2 ranked kid in the state. But a lot of times you can't determine who the difference is between number 2, number 1, number 3. Bryce does it all. And here's a kid, we talked a little bit about it yesterday, but Bryce didn't play a lot of varsity minutes his freshman year. You know, he was on a good team here at Fenwick, didn't play all that much, and then just exploded on the scene sophomore, junior, and senior. But we knew Bryce was going to be great. I mean, Bryce was going to be a great player, and there's nobody that's scoring the ball in the state like Bryce Hopkins. I mean, he can get 40 points, and you look down, and it was pretty easy because he gets offensive rebounds. He can shoot it off the dribble. He can shoot it from 3. Just a tremendous talent. But he's going to be guarded tonight, so we're going to get a chance to see what's going on.
For the Friars, the rest of the starting lineup is Denham Jewett, TJ Stevenson, Max Reese, and Gabe Madej. Who do you like from those 4?
Well, TJ's coming back. He transferred. He came here as a freshman. He moved for a year. Now he's back. Point guard, smart, heady player. Denham, a junior leader on the team, leads them in assists. Coach Peck kind of encourages him to see how many assists he get. Gabe is a good role player, strong junior. Max Reese, a D1 football player. And then they got a couple kids coming off the bench that are going to help them.
All right, we'll step out for a moment. Be back in a minute with the Notre Dame starting lineup. National anthem coming your way here from Fenwick. Saturday night basketball coming your way on No Fans in the Stands TV. Nick Magus here with Coach Rick Malnati at the old stomping grounds. You heard the Fenwick starting lineup a moment ago for Notre Dame. We saw them on Tuesday. It'll be Troy D'Amico, Anthony Sales, Frank Lynch, Sonny Williams, and Louis Lesman.
Yeah, and that's 3 Division I players right there. D'Amico, Sales, and Lesman. And that's why they were ranked so high. a little difference in the starting lineup. They're starting Sonny Williams. They had been starting DeFranza, so.
DeFranza played a good game last night.
Hey,
but on the bench to start this one. Notre Dame with a win over Marist.
We do miss Joe Hendrickson tonight, but we got a legend with us. We're going to have Ronnie Fields joining us tonight. And again, this is not your normal broadcast where we just 100% go play-by-play. We go off the grid, and we got a chance to talk to Ronnie, talk about what's going on in his life. If anybody doesn't know Ronnie, if you're too young to know about Ronnie, we're going to show a video at halftime. It's probably going to make your jaw drop. Ronnie was the number 1 player, number 2 player in the country, number 1 player in the state, and just a dynamic personality. So we're going to have a great time to kind of talk to him. We're going to get some headphones on him now. And Nick, you're going to get us started here with a little play-by-play, but it's going to be fun to talk to Ronnie.
Sounds good to me.
Ronnie, welcome to the big time, Ronnie.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, guys.
If you're going to go off the grid, there's nobody better to do it with.
Oh, yeah.
Ronnie's the best. I've known Ronnie probably since 7th grade, 8th grade.
Yeah, when you had me out there making those pizzas.
Oh, you were the worst pizza maker in the history.
I wasn't that bad.
Yeah, your hand couldn't even fit in the pan.
I know, but now I think I got it down.
So Notre Dame, the visiting team, starts with the basketball. Right off the bat, it's Lesman slicing down the lane, finishing with the right hand.
That was a well-executed play. Bryce went up to kind of try and deny that at the rim, but just a strong move.
The Harvard-bound Lesman, 6'5" senior. Had a nice season so far for Notre Dame, comes in at 6-1. That's a charge drawn right there. Sonny Williams, we mentioned his name a moment ago, starting for Notre Dame.
And he took it on Max Reese. Max Reese, a football player at Fenwick, Division I football player.
And that was your biggest complaint the other night.
Guy's not taking charges.
DePaul game. Right. Nobody from Ignatius would take a charge. Those guards that
same
drove
play,
the
they're running the
so
same
well.
play.
That's time it's picked up by Fenwick. Lesman going right once again, has to kick it out to Williams.
Okay, Ronnie, first question I'm going to throw at you right now. Bryce Hopkins, the talented senior, you've watched him since his freshman year, going to Kentucky. What kind of pressure does a player like that feel in the community?
When you like highly touted, you have so many different people, that's coming at you, and, for some for, the best interest and some for the wrong reasons. Watching this kid grow into the player he is now, his work ethic and picked up, he had leaned out, he's, playing both ends of the floor, and he had matured so much from his freshman year.
Great play right there. Coach Peck running a sideline inbounds play, fake handoff. I think I've seen it work 7 times so far this year.
He's going to be the contact.
He's going to be mad when people start scouting that, take his basket away from him.
Come on, you got to get better with that shot.
I think you're working with Max, aren't you?
Yeah.
So we'll get a chance to talk about what you're doing currently, but I'm really interested in talking about a little bit about your past and just getting people up to date with kind of what's going on.
Yeah, definitely. Watching some of these young guys, like I said, I remember these days, being in high school and, watching these guys as they grow and mature. And, it's a little different from when I played.
Well, a lot different when you played. When you played, people would be scalping tickets out in front to get the chance to see the Ronnie Fields show. If anybody's ever been to the Farragut gym where Ronnie played, the whole wall on the gym is a painted picture of Ronnie Fields flying through the air, kind of like a Jordan kind of pose, and it's got all your stats up on the wall. It's got to feel good when you go back to Farragut and see yourself bigger than life.
I think, for me, like I said, it's almost a humbling experience to see, you have a mirror in your school where basically where all this started at. And to be a high school player, to have that, is very few have. I'm very honored, for what Farragut has done.
Yeah. And Wolf's still there.
Yeah, still there.
Wolf Nelson's still there, your guy.
Coach Nelson still going, still got the love for it.
What a great guy, and what a great guy for how he's done so much for kids.
Yes, that's one of the biggest things. It's not just, with Coach Nelson, you know, how he teaches you on the court, but what he teaches you off the court. He's a loving, caring coach first, and then everything else is second for him. So, I mean, that's why a lot of kids that come from the area that I came from that went to the school, he done a lot for off the court to keep them focused and keep them, you know, going to school to make some of themselves.
Yeah, Wolf's put a lot of guys into college, some playing basketball and some just to get an education.
Yes.
And in a neighborhood like Lawndale, they need guys like Wolf.
Exactly, and you know, especially like now with, you know, you starting to see a lot of those schools back then that we played against as like closed down and then open up different ones. So, you know, like I said, you got some kids and, you know, going to schools, you know, a little, you know, different from when we came up. It was more where you had a school right there you can go to and not that far. You know, but like now, like I said, it's kids getting a chance and opportunity to play, and a lot more guys in coaching right now giving these kids an opportunity as well.
Yeah, what was the big rivalry back when you were at Farragut? Westinghouse?
Westinghouse.
Yeah.
You know, like it was other schools as well, but Westinghouse was like, at the beginning for me, it was like Detroit and the Bulls, Jordan going against Detroit.
Yep.
And that's what the mentality. It was always a fight playing those guys in every team, but they was one of the toughest.
And who did they have back then? Who was on that Westinghouse team?
I mean, you had Jimmy Sanders, they had Mark Miller, they had Keywan Garris.
Yep.
They had a long list of guys that, you know, and this is the thing. One thing about Westinghouse, for every player they had and every guard, they always came in with a toughness to play defense first.
Well, if you were playing in the public league, even to this day, there's a level of toughness that people talk about Chicago kids have.
And you can see it now as you even watch some of the commentators when you watch Taylor Horton Tucker and some of the guys that's in the league now. You hear Mark Jackson them commentate, hey, that kid from Chicago.
Okay, so talk about today's players and what you see difference. Like, what do you notice that's different about today's players than when you play?
Well,
and you were 92 to 96 at Farragut, and then a million years overseas and in the CBA, and we'll talk about why we will talk about why you never played in the NBA. But let's talk about what's the difference between today's players and the guys that were around when you were playing.
Well, I think for us back then, we accepted coaching to the point of the toughness, the getting on us, being responsible, being accountable on the floor. And I think for us, we just, you know, thought that's the way it go in terms of how you get better, which we did. It helped us with mental toughness, and we knew it was a long haul. It wasn't a, you know, immediate success.
Yep.
And that carried, especially for me, throughout, you know, the rest of my career of, it's a grind, it's a long haul of just, you got to work for everything.
So when coaches were coaching you hard, you didn't take that as criticism or disrespect. You took it as coaching, like how it was intended.
Yeah, for me, I looked at it as like, okay, you getting on me because, one, you believe in me, and for two, they knew it fueled me. It fueled me on the court because, okay, I must not be doing what I'm supposed to do. So him getting on me, it puts me in a situation to focus and do the things I need to do, not just for the team, but also for myself to get better as a player and a person.
And that's changed a little bit.
Yes, yes. As watching some of the basketball now, as just, you know, talking to some of the coaches is now, is trying to get these kids to understand it's okay to go the long way in terms of developing yourself and being patient with the success for whatever level, whether it's on the court or off the court, that it takes. And sometimes with a lot of these kids, if they have bad games or things don't go well, they tend to give up if they have a couple bad games in a row and they don't, you know, the focus is not there instead of just continuing to fight through it.
Okay, Nick, get us caught up on the game. We've been talking for a while. I just saw Bryce go to the rim and get blocked. You can't guard Bryce Hopkins one-on-one.
Nah, D'Amico tried to do it and got bodied up and had no choice but to foul him. It's a 6-3 ball game. Sales had a bucket for Notre Dame on a little floater off a nice drive. Turned the ball over for them on the next possession. Shots haven't been falling for either team so far.
Well,
Hopkins gets them both.
We can say that's just good defense then, huh?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, with some of the early free throws been missed,
That's true. A lot of early free throws missed. It's Lesman dialing it up from the corner, and he knocks it down.
He's a great player, Ronnie. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see him.
I got a chance to watch him play a couple times.
Yeah, he can really play. He's sneaky, athletic, but that's a pretty big-time move right there.
Yeah, the first couple possessions, Fenwick really not getting the ball into the hands of Hopkins at all. They've changed the tune a little bit here. Now it's D'Amico going inside, kick out to DeFranza.
Double dribble.
And, yep. Sonny Williams, double dribble, trying to swing it around to his teammate Lesmond, who would have had an open three from the far wing, but just couldn't control the basketball. So it will go back to Fenwick. Notre Dame with a 9-5 lead, 3:45 to play in the first quarter.
Okay, this is the first action, number 21 on Fenwick. David Gieser coming in. Gieser can shoot the basketball. If he gets an open look, he's going to bury shots, and that really opens up things for Bryce because you cannot get off of him. He's had a bad back, and he's just starting to play again.
Notre Dame has DeFranza on him right now. No, they're in the zone right here.
Now they're playing man. They're just concentrating on Bryce.
Yeah.
You know, run a second guy at Bryce. This is where guys got to knock down shots if you're Fenwick.
Well, create opportunities right now.
Max Reese with the basketball up top.
That's a deep one. We'll see if
I'm off the front of the rim, came up a little bit short. And it's tipped out of bounds. That will stay with
That's
Notre
another
Dame.
thing that's changed, Ronnie. Did guys use, I mean, three-point line wasn't around when you were in high school, correct?
Yeah, it was.
There was a three-point line?
But
okay, did guys shoot from 8 feet behind the three-point line?
And if they did, they've been sitting right on the side of the bench with the coach.
Yeah. Well, I think some guys by the name of Curry kind of changed that.
Yes. And I think in a way, it ain't gonna say it hurt, but for me, I think a lot of the kids now need the mid-range game has left basketball to some extent.
That's for sure.
Lesman guarding Hopkins, gets a screen.
Bryce splitting the
goes
double
down
team.
the middle and draws the foul. Basket goes.
He got by three guys. He got double team, split the double team, and then finished around a guy.
Oh man, I remember those days.
Finished over a guy.
Yeah, you never finished on the ground like that. You're usually hanging on the rim when you finish. You didn't like routine layups.
No, not at all.
What did they say your vertical leap was?
It was so crazy. It was, at first I think it was like 50, 51, 50.
50.
That's not a joke.
Wait, Ronnie, 50?
Yeah, a 50.
What were you doing to jump? Like, were you just born?
A lot of God-given ability, but yeah, and then the coach never having us running stairs every day.
Come on, I ran a lot of stairs. I couldn't jump 15. 50.
Yeah, a lot of God-given ability, but a lot of it like work though. Back then we had to work.
Yeah, so do guys today. There's a lot of guys doing a lot of work today. There's nobody jumping 50 inches off the ground. Hey, and listen, you say God-given ability. That's not all DNA. I seen Jocko. So, Jocko's Ronnie's brother, who's also helped out here at Fenwick, a coach. But I know Jocko ain't jumping 50
inches. No, he's not playing no basketball. He's not playing no basketball. That wasn't his fault. Oh, that's good.
That's another open look from Lesman. Can't connect on that one.
Leave that guy open like that.
Good look. We could leave you open like that.
Oh, no.
You couldn't shoot that jump shot.
You know what? I developed that as I get, my professional career. If not, you wouldn't be able to play. So
okay. I got you. I'm just saying, I still look at the scouting report with you in high school.
Yeah.
Just don't let them dunk. And don't get jumped over. I remember we were at Proviso, and you're playing Loyola before us. And so we're kind of standing there in the walkway before you come on, and a kid stands in for Loyola to take a charge, and all of a sudden you jump over him, and the fans went crazy. And I looked at our guys. I said, hey, don't ever let that happen to you.
If I wish we had the time to tell you a story about meeting that guy 20 years later.
Really? Well, we're out of time. Nick, get us caught up on the game. There is a game going on.
There was last night, too.
Yeah. We can go off on tangents.
No, it's good. It's great, especially when this guy's got a 50-inch vertical. But it's Sales at the free throw line now.
This kid got some good size on him.
Yeah, top uncommitted player in the state of Illinois. Also
Quarterback.
a quarterback, yep, on the Notre Dame football team. Hopkins with the rebound off the second miss. It's a 10-7 lead, minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Hopkins lost the basketball down low. Now gets it back, bodies up.
Okay.
Lesman and
goes
up strong, gets a basket.
You know, when you're recruiting kids, like you're a college coach and you're recruiting kids, you got to look at the length of their arms and the size of their hands. Bryce just picked that thing up like it was a peanut off the ground.
I know.
Bryce got mitts. He's got big mitts. Oh, if he would have got there, he might have showed us that he could go 50.
Yeah, I seen Bryce get up.
Uh-oh, Troy D'Amico.
First 3 points of the ball game, coming off a double-double last night against Marist.
Well, and he has not been shooting it great early in the season, and that's a bad sign for Fenwick.
Oh, come on.
Uh-oh.
He's
going to block party. Block party. Oh, no.
Gets up and throws it down. 15-9 lead for the Dons. 40 seconds to play in the first quarter.
This is what Coach Clancy's been waiting for. He's been waiting for D'Amico to catch fire offensively, and that might have been the match that struck the chord right there.
Yes, it did. He struggled against Pats a little bit, the game we saw on Tuesday, but scores
Fenwick's
in spurts and getting going a little bit here with 5 points.
Fenwick's holding for the last shot.
Winds inside 20 seconds in the first quarter, yep.
Just double stacking on the elbows and just popping out, and they'll get to Bryce and go 4 low or give him a ball screen. He don't need a ball screen. Did you like ball screens, Ronnie?
No, and if you brought a ball screen, I'm like, hey, call that off.
Yeah,
so let's go the other way now with 3 seconds, and he throws it down as time expires in the first quarter.
Y'all, the move, the hesitation?
You like that?
That's what, before the dunk.
Well, I didn't like the shot being shot that
I was just going to say, with 6 seconds, it was a step-back 3 from Hopkins, gave Notre Dame a chance to go the other way, and Louis Lesmond, Harvard-bound, able to capitalize on the other end. It's an 8-point lead now for Notre Dame as we head into the first break.
Yeah, as you watch the floor of this game, I think some of the other guys going to have to step up because they're going to continue to surround Bryce with 3 and 4 players throughout the whole game. And
well, that's been Bryce's life the last few years. You know, he never gets guarded just with one guy. He's always guarded by multiple guys. That's why a lot of his points come off of getting rebounds.
Yes, I
know.
He
just goes up, snatches, and put it back. But you got to like Notre Dame.
Yes.
You got to like Notre Dame. Oh, my God, I'm getting hungry right there. I'm getting hungry. We've got a picture of our main sponsor, Lou Malnati's. Ronnie, you worked for a second at Lou's.
Oh, yeah. I did a good job, too.
No, you weren't there. You got overpaid. But
yeah, some Nikes.
Those are classics right there. I'd go for a pizza. In fact, you know, because we're out here in Oak Park, we could go to Malnati's, but Jimmy's is right down the street for a little pasta. And I've been telling Tommy Molitor, the guy spinning the dials, and the young Bob Costas, I told him I'd take him out for some pasta after the game. Ronnie, you're not invited, but everybody else is.
Yeah, whatever.
Are we playing the Lou's commercial tonight that we got?
We're high tech now. We can bring in all kinds of stuff.
I like that commercial.
And at halftime,
I can't wait till our loyal viewers.
The only reason you can leave your seat at halftime is to get a pizza from Malnati's. Otherwise, you got to stay in your seat and watch what we're going to show. We're going to show you a little bit of a Thatcher Kamen production that he did an unbelievable documentary on Ronnie, and he's going to re-release it. But I think we got some highlights from that.
That was your guy, Coach David Geezer.
Yeah, it's Geezer's first 2 shots of the year. You can't leave him open. He'll knock those down. And he won't stop shooting either.
And
great shooters never do.
Yeah, that's going to be important throughout this game. As he get to knocking down shots, he can open this game up for Bryce and Max Reese to get more rebound opportunities.
D'Amico draws a double team, kicks it out for Sales. Sales won't connect on the 3.
Oh.
Good rebound there by Frank Lynch back in the ballgame now.
And that's what Lynch does. He just does all the dirty work. And I'll tell you what, this is the best I've seen Notre Dame play. That's a hook. That's an offensive.
It is. He got called for one of those on Pat's too, on the baseline. Sales has had some trouble with that.
Fenwick needs to run a great set right here. See if they can get Bryce the ball down in the post, space the court with their shooters. And if they only let one guy guard Bryce, that's going to be a bucket. I think if this year would have been a full year, Bryce had a chance to beat Corey Maggetti's scoring record.
Oh, yeah. Another great player.
You ever play against Corey?
Oh, yeah.
I think he had a 49-inch vertical. I don't think he had 50.
I don't think so, because I remember the last time we did meet, I think I dunked on him so hard I knocked him into the back part of the pass at the Hoops and Luke gym downtown. But no, Corey's a great player.
That was Hopkins almost turning it over, getting it back, but then missing at the rim. D'Amico coming the other way for the Irish, and the Dons, and he's fouled on the floor. I knew it was going to happen once.
I think Bryce was upset, not that he missed it, that he didn't dunk it. He was up there.
He looked like he was thinking about it.
Especially with Ronnie Fields in the crowd. You think, you get a shout out after a dunk.
That's what I'm saying. When you get close to the basket, you got to have bad intentions on that rim.
You got to get mad at that rim. Okay, Fenwick plays 1-3-1 a lot with sideline out of bounds. The one thing, it catches people by surprise, but they just came off, Notre Dame just came off a play in St. Pat's where St. Pat's played 1-3-1, so I don't think it's going to mess up Notre Dame much. They were ready for that.
Jewett working on Sonny Williams inside, gets his own rebound and puts it back.
I love that, a guard posting up.
Yes.
Basket, they don't do that enough because you know what? Guards can't guard the post. That was a great pass by Sonny Williams.
Yes, it was.
Talk about going uphill there. You go uphill to stop dribble penetration, you give up layups. Got to stay, hold your spot, and not move towards the dribble. You got to just stand in there. I'm giving you a coaching tip, Nick.
He's full of
coaching.
And that was something that Notre Dame struggled to do at Pat's.
Yeah, they're going to post him up again. Zone. They're going to go right back to him.
They weren't really attacking the basket downhill. Pass ahead to Sonny Williams now, and Williams pulls it out.
Oh, wow.
And left D'Amico open, passed up the shot.
See, D'Amico, when he's good, when he's on and he's confident, he's shooting that. He's
That's
not hesitating. And he made one tonight. So if I'm Coach Clancy, I'm telling Troy to keep shooting those.
He's been hesitating on a lot of those in the games that we've seen so far this year.
Fenwick back in that 1-3-1.
Come on now, you can't just let them dribble them to where they want to go and move the ball to where they want.
Yeah, nothing's hard right now.
Not at all. They're getting open looks.
It's a practice 3-ball from Lynch, but came up empty.
And I think the scouting report is to let Lynch make a shot before you guard him.
And that's Hopkins just running over Louis Lesman, and that's an easy call for the official.
Yeah, that was.
Bryce is getting frustrated.
Guys got to, get some ball movement.
How was that for you, Ronnie? Like you're getting guarded by 2, 3, 4 guys, and every time you touch the ball, you're swarmed. How did you handle not getting frustrated?
He jumped over it.
At times, one way of handling it. At times, Coach would do a lot of ball movement with me, moving without the ball, backdoor cuts. And then other guys had to make plays to open it up for me. And, like with Kevin, it was easy. But then for my senior year, other guys made plays. So it made it a lot, easier for me to get backdoor plays and move without the ball and attack the rim and get out in transition. Yeah,
when Kevin Garnett, when you say Kevin, it's Kevin Garnett. They're definitely going to guard Kevin a little bit more than they're going to guard you.
Yeah, because he's 7 foot standing in the paint.
You were good, but I think Kevin had you by a little bit.
Listen, and our practices are some of the best practices because we never was on the same team. So it was so challenging. I would take Michael Wright. He would take Jamel Rome. And Michael would give all he can handle beating them up in the paint. And then Kevin, just when he started stepping out, hitting threes, and that's when you know, okay, this 6'11" kid is a little bit different from most 6'11".
Yeah, he was special. And maybe we'll get a chance to talk about that at halftime. Okay, get us caught up here on the game. 19-11.
19-11, we're halfway through the second quarter.
Fenwick hasn't had a lot of easy opportunities except that inbounds play.
And you're right, Hopkins is getting frustrated, drawing a lot of double teams, not sure exactly what to do with it. And his teammates aren't making shots, which doesn't exactly help.
Fenwick needs to string a few stops together. When you talk about stopping a run, you got to get 3 or 4 stops together, and they haven't been able to do that so far.
But the key, when you get those stops, you got to get a basket on the other end. That's what gets the run going, and they haven't been able to do that.
Try to get a couple easy buckets in transition.
Yeah. Good ball pressure.
There's the turnover they needed.
Oh, that ball got to be passed.
Yeah.
That ball got to be passed. Max and Reese way ahead of it right there at that time.
Yeah, I think Jewett just kind of fumbled it. I think he saw it, and I thought he was going to make that pass, but he kind of fumbled the ball a little bit.
There go one turnover. Get a couple transition buckets, get back in the game.
They gave him the foul on the shot, though, so Jewett will go to the line.
They got to make their free throws, too. You're playing against the preseason #1 team in the state. Got to get up to the line and make free throws. Can't miss free throws.
Haven't done that either. Yeah. Notre Dame, like you said, coming this season ranked #1 in the state with 3 Division I players in their starting lineup. Tough loss to Mundelein came on Valentine's Day, but that was without Anthony Sales. So they're now 7-1, holding on to that #5 spot. And the Friars 5-0 came in ranked 9th.
They're unblemished with their whole team. Nobody's beat them with their whole team. That's not taking anything away from Mundelein. Mundelein played a good game, but
they did. We'll see them in the Chipotle Clash of Champions at the end of the season, as well as both of these teams. Now Lesmond on the near wing gets it inside to D'Amico. Lesmond with a cut, kicks it out for Sales.
And Fenwick's picked up their defense.
They want Lynch to make a shot, and that
he did. He did.
This ball movement from Notre Dame has been pretty good.
Yeah, that was great offense right there. And Lynch making shots. He starts making shots, and D'Amico gets confident on the offensive end. They are going to be tough to handle.
That's a nice little turnaround jumper right there from Gabe Madej.
A big-time shot right there.
Yeah, one of the 4 juniors starting for this Fenwick team.
Yeah, you can't guard that.
The ball movement is working. Moving the defense around for this Fenwick team. DeFranza from the corner, no good.
Let's see
Rebound
if
by
Fenwick
Max.
Get something
he's going to push the tempo a little bit.
Roll, Max. There you go.
3:30 till the break. Pass inside. It's Max Reese. Can't connect, and he kicks the basketball. They didn't miss that call, I guess. Reese went up, missed the bucket, kicked it back out to his teammate, and he drew a foul going up to the basket. Literally, yep.
Yeah, but I thought Reese got pushed on the initial catch, and then he battled in there. Yeah. So I think if you're a ref, you let one go, you got to let the kick go too.
Okay.
Doesn't mean Clancy can't be mad about it, but it was a. But Jewett's got to make free throws. You're playing point guard. You're on a big time. You're playing in a big time game. As your point guard, you got to step up and knock down free throws.
3:20 until the half.
May get a little bit run going right here. So try to get a little bit momentum.
Yeah, Jewett made them both. Cut the deficit to 6 for the Friars. Wow. That's Lesmond just going all the way down the lane, and that's too easy.
No help.
Yep, no help, but a strong move. Good pass.
Nice. Yep, there it is, Max Reese.
Okay.
That time he was able to cash in on the pass down low.
Game playing with a little pace right now. Both teams digging in. Great defense.
Yep. Fenwick starting to feel it.
And there's going to be a layup.
There's a pass up ahead. Jewett has it.
Nice.
Over to his teammate. Hopkins gets up.
There you go.
And all started with the defense. That was great basketball.
A good run. They just need a little run.
Yeah.
Couple steals in a row.
But the last 5 minutes of this game has been a high-line high school basketball game. Yeah. Both teams making plays, the ball moving, and guys digging in on defense. Nothing starts a team more than pressure on the ball.
Yes.
You put great pressure on the ball over there at the half court. That gets and then it gets you excited.
And it gets the bench into it. And when there's nobody else here, the bench being into it is the most important part of the momentum in a game like this.
In the last couple possessions, you noticed that pressure right there by Denham. They weren't able to get the ball into their offense they wanted to.
Yeah, and Denham gets them going defensively like that. That's going to be really big for Fenwick, because if there's one criticism so far early in the season, and it's still early, is they haven't played great defense.
Yeah.
They haven't, and they haven't been challenged much either. I mean, Mount Carmel challenged them early in the season, overtime win, but they haven't really been challenged so far. This is a great game for both teams to play. And I love Clancy getting any game he could get at the beginning of the season because he knew his team was ready for it. Great slip.
Play.
Yeah, D'Amico getting to the basket and a good feed from Anthony Sales.
You always love, after a timeout, what a coach
nice
comes
play.
up with, and they get an easy basket. They run their favorite set, and then
how about
answer
that?
by Madej.
Yes.
Madej from the corner. It's a 3-point lead now for Notre Dame, and Fenwick inching closer and closer. Now D'Amico crossing over, giving it to Sales.
Notre Dame's really cutting hard tonight.
Yes, they got a lot of offensive rebounds, too.
That's McGee from the corner, in and out.
Good
And
challenge.
Fenwick's going to run. Bryce, for being 6'7", can really handle the ball in transition.
Yes, he can.
Tough
Steps
shot.
back, tried a 3-ball, no good.
Tough shot.
DeFranza pushing it up ahead now.
And you got a mouse in the house.
Yeah, D'Amico using his
Oh,
size
nice.
to his advantage. Can't get the roll.
Turn around fadeaway.
Minute 30 till the half. 26-23 in favor of the Dons.
Most every player on both teams, when they get a rebound, is the person starting the break. That's where a lot of skill development, Ronnie. It didn't used to be like that. You know, it used to be get it to a guard and bring the ball up the floor. Now it's almost everybody gets the ball and they can advance it up on the dribble.
Yeah, and if you watch, like now, you watching some of the you know, especially with Fenwick, they got good size, you know, all around. You know, 6'3", 6'4", 6'7", and majority of these guys can handle the ball. And that's the, you know, advance with, like, now with a lot of guards or a lot of big guards you see even in college. Everybody being able to handle the ball now, which is a good thing.
Well, I'd like to see Bryce get the ball in the post.
Oh, nice take.
Couldn't finish. Hopkins has had trouble, but a rebound by Reese, who gets a friendly roll.
It's good having a D1 football player on the team.
Inside a minute to play till the half.
This is going to be a great game.
Fenwick's cut the deficit to 1. Here's D'Amico.
And even though he missed that, I love seeing him confident enough to take that shot. Maybe Stanton will play for 1 here. He's got momentum on his side. It didn't work out for him at the end of the first quarter playing for 1. But here, I think you want to get.
They just gave Hopkins a lane all the way to the basket. Couldn't get the job done, though. So Lesman comes the other way. 23 seconds to the half.
Can't let Lesman take the ball to the basket. If you're Fenwick, you got to run 2 at him. Who are you going to leave? Everybody on Notre Dame can shoot. Can't let him go right.
And Lesman turned it over. 7 to play.
There's still a lot of time.
Sales got it back. He launches from 3, and that's good.
Killer. The end of quarters, end of the first quarter, end of half, just killing Fenwick after great effort to get back in the game.
Yeah, they had a chance there to get a bucket. Gave it right back, and Sales able to convert. So a 4-point lead for Notre Dame. The Dons when we come back.
And we're going to show you a little video clip, but for right now, we're going to bounce off for a second.
Kevin, now it's time to add to your resume. NBA champion, how does that sound?
Man, I'm so hyped right now. Anything's possible. Anything's possible! The number one question people always ask me, what was it like coming out of high school? Second question, whatever happened to Ronnie Fields?
Ronnie is one of those guys that will be talked about forever.
He could dominate and do whatever it is he wanted to do on the court.
He had everything. You know, it kind of remind you of Michael Jordan.
I mean, I've never seen a player as exciting as Ronnie Fields.
All of a sudden, he would take off from the free throw line and dunk over the top of 3 guys. You'd be like, oh, what did I just see?
Ronnie Fields, you never knew when the excitement was coming. Everybody's just sitting on the edge of their seat waiting for this to happen.
There's no word to explain it. Like some things to this day I still can't believe.
When they talk about high school basketball, they'll always talk about Kevin Garnett and Ronnie Fields.
The best twosome in Illinois prep history. Ronnie Fields, Kevin Garnett.
You can't separate them.
It's what it is. And I don't mind being a joint with greatness. He was 16 and was bigger than life.
He became so good, so big that no one ever said no to Ronnie?
He called me from the hospital and he was like, "Mom, I've been in a car accident."
I just remember just it being like the Twilight Zone.
Ronnie Fields, if he hadn't broke his neck, he would have been a first-round NBA draft pick. He was the best player in the country as a senior.
He was a tremendous talent, and I'm sure he thought before the injury, before all the other stuff, that he was going to walk right into the NBA.
Okay, Ronnie, everybody just got to see a little bit of the Ronnie Fields bounce back story. And in that, you know, we talked about you having a 50-inch vertical jump. I think it might have been 52. You know,
I'll
when
take
you jumped
those
over,
extra two.
you jumped over a couple of those guys. But let's talk about a little bit, you know, background of what was going on. When you were a senior or a junior in high school, you were the number 2 ranked junior in the country behind Kobe Bryant, right?
Yeah.
And Kevin Garnett was the number 1 ranked senior, and he winds up moving to Chicago to play with you at Farragut. What was that like? Because it was a circus. If you were outside the Farragut circle, it just seemed like a circus. I mean, everywhere you guys were like a rock band.
And that's when that's when we realized we changed kind of the landscape of high school basketball from a, you know, like television standpoint of like people like gathering at events to watch us play when we sell out everywhere we went. But the thing about it was so unique was, you know, for me already and created my name and brand here in this city and the team. But to have a player come with the magnitude of Kevin to be like, hey, we're going to do this together. Because sometimes you can get 2 great players and it don't work.
Yeah. Were you guys playing a national schedule like they do today? Or
Yes,
I know you
yes.
guys went down to St. Louis, but did you go anywhere else outside the state?
No, we didn't at the time. Let me see.
Like
no, we
national
didn't at the time.
games?
No, we didn't play in another national games, which, you know, like that's one of the things Coach Nelson said, Wolf Nelson said, he wished he would have at the time, especially nobody didn't see, you know, us building what we did.
Right.
And I think that when it started and it took off, especially when you're in a media city like Chicago, you're pretty much in a situation where, especially basketball is everything. And it just blew up from there.
Yeah, and high school basketball, I don't know if people get a sense of what high school basketball was like back then compared to now. I mean, the newspapers used to cover high school basketball. The 10 o'clock news used to cover high school basketball. I mean, if you were in the city, you knew who Ronnie Fields were. You knew who Michael Jordan, because the Bulls were hot back then.
Oh, very hot.
Michael was just coming into his own. And I remember Nike was doing a commercial. And they called me to bring some guys from the North Shore up. I was coaching at Notre, and they were doing a Tim Hardaway commercial. You remember that?
Yeah, remember that.
And Nike was doing a national commercial, and you wound up playing Tim Hardaway. And Tim Hardaway at that time was an all-star.
Oh, yeah.
And I got to tell you, there wasn't much difference between you and Tim Hardaway. And you were 16 years old.
I mean, the crazy part about that people didn't realize is he bust my mouth that game.
In the one-on-one game?
Oh, my God. Tim, people, have you ever seen this crossover? You look at his shoulders.
Yeah, he's big,
When
strong.
he hit me with the one, and then he came back through, and I'm down in the defensive stand. Boom. Right to the mouth of the shoulder.
Well, what I'm impressed is that you said you were down, because I don't remember you playing much defense. I remember letting people go by you and then just pinning it on the glass. So just kind of like standing around, looking like you weren't that enthused, and then just pinning the ball on the glass. So I'm glad you were down in a stance.
It depends on the game. You know, sometimes it's like with certain guys that's great ball handlers, where you definitely got to get into them. And then it was, good, you know, kids that had good first steps. It's like, okay, I'm going to let them go ahead and just go out there and jump and grab it off the backboard. So, you know, I had a couple different ways of defending.
So when did you know you were a little different? You know, I mean, there's not many people in the world that have a 50-inch vertical jump. When did you start knowing, like, hey, I could probably make a career out of this game?
Well, I think, you know, it was probably, like I said, younger playing, you know, like in the Mason Westside Classic.
Mason was your junior high.
Yeah. So that's where it was a lot of, like, pros would come play outside. And the guys was like, hey, little fella, you can come on. So for me at the time, they was giving me 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there. But then when I was out there, they could see I wasn't afraid. But then it was just one game against, I think it was Tyrone Lake. Big guy, he played in Australia, still in Australia. And they got on the fast break, and I dunked the ball. The crazy part about it, the rim was unbalanced. That was a 12-foot rim.
Oh, come on.
Yes. That
come
was
on.
And this was the crazy part about it.
They're making up for the Gordon Tech rim.
Yeah. So this was the crazy thing about that. Coach Fry, my ground school coach, they came out and they actually, like, looked up and measured that rim. And this one, I was like, wait a minute. I didn't, you know.
How old were you?
Man, I was like, I started dunking my 7th grade year.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that was the first time a ref called a tech on me. I got on the fast break, dunked the ball, and they called a tech. And I looked around at my coach and said, what did I do?
Yeah.
I didn't know what I did. I didn't know what was going on.
You weren't allowed to dunk.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to dunk. Not in 7th grade.
That's crazy.
So, you know, that's, you know, like then you start, you know, I started to see different things. Then high school, the coach said, listen, you're not playing sophomores. I said, why not?
As a freshman.
As a freshman. He said, no, you're going to play varsity. But the good part about it, I was prepared because I played with older guys. And then my first year, like I said, out of my 4 years there, we went to the Final Four probably 3 of those years. And, you know, 1 year I got hurt. But, you know, I had averaged 18 points my freshman year.
That's crazy. Okay, we got a minute before the end of the half. What are you doing now? I know you're working with kids, so why don't you – you know, if I want to get my kid working out with Ronnie Fields, I want my kid to have a 50-inch vertical. What do I do? What do I do? How do I send my kid over to see you, Ronnie?
Well, what we do, like right now, you know, you got Ronnie Fields Elite at RonnieFields.com. And what we do is try to, like, with a lot of the young kids is just enhance some of their skill and just kind of teach them the game, the ins and outs of, you know, how to attack the basket, angles, spacing, how to pull up, how to prepare for a game, how to look forward and understanding the work
mental part of the game.
Yes.
I got you.
So we do a lot with the program that we're about to start up our spring season. And some of these kids out here you see right now, they hadn't played in my program as well, and I trained. So like I said, it's good to see, you know, some of the work that's been put in to see these guys out here putting it to use.
Well, I saw them before the game all coming up and talking to you, so I know you're having a big influence on these guys. So, Nick, get us ready here for the third quarter. Ronnie, we're going to keep you right here and keep using your expertise to kind of talk about what else you're doing and how things have changed in your life and how you're helping kids.
Thank you. Yeah, definitely. Let's go, Fenwick.
Let's go. No, we can't say that.
He's ruining the brand.
No Fans in the Stands TV. You want to ask Ronnie a question, go to Twitter at No Fans in the Stands.
No Fans TV. No questions. We've offered the first couple of games. Haven't been too many takers. But we have a Chicago high school
legend. We got a legend with
us
today. I know. Although Joe Hendrickson's a legend too. But
in his own right, that's true. But thanks for sticking with us through the half. Nick Magus, Nick Costas, whatever you want to call me. Here with Rick
here
Malnati.
We go with that flare screen that they ran their favorite play after that timeout.
And that's Sales finishing with the left hand to get us going. It's a 6-point lead.
That was good defense too by Bryce. That was a great shot by Sales using his left hand. That's why he's the #1 ranked unsigned prospect in the state of Illinois.
Madej hit a big three-pointer before the end of the half, but couldn't connect there. Now D'Amico driving baseline for Notre Dame. Good ball movement as we saw in the first half. Now it's Lesman going all the way to the rim, draws the foul. He'll go to the line.
Okay, somebody just texted in a question, Ronnie. Who was the toughest player you ever played against?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I could go through, like, it's just in high school.
Just give an answer.
I mean, there's a couple of them, you know. I mean, I had my fair share. I mean, it was this kid, Theophilus Price from Manley High School. I mean, it was one. I mean, a lot of the guys in the Red West was tough.
Yep.
But defensively, this kid was.
He get down and guard?
Yes.
Manley used to be terrific.
Yes. Manley was another one of those defensive teams that would take your shoes off on the court.
Yeah. This is another time where Fenwick needs a basket. This is where Bryce Hopkins got to get an inside touch, I think.
There you go. One more swing.
Fenwick
Great pass.
Yeah, it's a good pass inside. Madej able to finish right there.
I want a high-level high school basketball game with a great finish where somebody's got to make a great play, finish through contact, and end the game.
Lesman from way downtown. That's good.
Effortless.
Yep.
He's got a nice stroke. Louis Lesman headed to Harvard next year. This senior-heavy team for Notre Dame has a chance to do it this year in the Chipotle Clash of Champions. In a COVID-shortened season, they'll have a chance to take down some of the best talent in the city.
You know, you wonder why Bryce scores so many points. But when you ever look at great scores, if you look in the NBA and you find out, you know, James Harden or something is leading the league in scoring, look and see how many points they score from the free throw line.
Yes,
because Bryce gets to the free throw line.
As the game, you know, goes on, you watch this, you know, Notre Dame, the floor is a little bit more open for their drives, and it's not, you know, they getting in there a little easier. And then Fenwick is a little bit crowded in terms of like trying to find that space and to get some easy shots or some finishes.
Yeah, well, a lot of times it gets in Bryce's hands, and he's creating a little bit, and everybody's kind of focused on him instead of him kind of getting it when the defense is closing out on him, because nobody's ever closing on him because they're guarding him, face guarding him. Good
Sales trying to get it inside. Poked away by Fenwick, but they'll get it back. Sonny Williams with the ball.
Nice.
And there's a fast break now. Jouet getting up and finishing with the left hand.
And that's how Fenwick got into it in the second quarter. It's with their defense. Their defense started their offense.
They started slow in the first half, pulled it within one before Notre Dame got a couple of buckets before the buzzer. Now back within 5 are the Friars. Sonny Williams hits the deck, and that's a foul called.
I think Coach Peck will take that foul, though. That was good defense. Crowding the ball.
6 minutes to play in the third quarter, 36-31. Don's advantage. It'll be Williams inbounding from below the basket. Nope, they're going to go with Sales instead.
Sales is a big guard. I mean, they could put him on the post real easy.
Oh, yeah. He looked like
nobody home for that pass. Jewett once again gets it to go. So 36-33 now. And the
we got
Friars
a ball
are
game,
storming
Nick.
back. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. A Chicago Catholic matchup right here. Two of these teams tops in the state of Illinois. Now Sales cutting inside. That won't go. Poked out of bounds by Lynch. And Fenwick will get it back with a chance to tie the ball game.
Been a game of spurts. Try and get Bryce an inside touch here off of some movement.
I think a bucket right here, you may want to call another timeout if you Notre Dame because the momentum's starting to swing.
That's a three ball.
TJ for three, and we're
TJ Stevenson.
Welcome back to Fenwick. He took a year off, went to Rockford, I think, and now he's back home. And Lesman answers.
Right there.
Harvard got a steal.
Yes,
buries it in the face of Bryce Hopkins.
It's unusual for a kid that got recruited by the likes of Wisconsin to go to Harvard.
Smart kid.
Yeah, smart kid. He's making a 40-year decision instead of a 4-year decision.
Yes.
Kind of like Mike Smith from Fenwick did when he went to Columbia. Mike could have went to now he's at Michigan. Number 3 ranked team, doing great.
Yes, having a great season. I like the ball movement on the last possession that got TJ that open shot.
Yep.
That's going to be key to coming back in this game. Knocking down these open shots.
They went to the wrong side. I think they wanted a touch for Bryce on the post.
What was TJ calling out there? Did you catch it?
I got it, but I can't, can't give away the plays.
All right.
Oh,
he's doing it in the car, and there's
great
Bryce Hopkins.
Good finish.
In off the glass. 4:10 to play in the third period.
19 of the 39 points for Notre Dame scored by that guy.
Lesman came up short right there. And here come the Friars once again. Now Jewett launching in the face of Sales. Not what he wanted from that possession.
Not a great shot.
Especially when you have the momentum moving your way if you're Fenwick. They're starting to move the ball on offense. Like you said, they're working it through Hopkins. He has 19 points, and that's a shot that Jewett probably wants back. So with 3:44, it's a 2-point lead for
And we
Notre
got
Dame, and we go to a mask timeout.
The mask timeout.
Yeah, people.
Mask timeout coming. Okay, let's look at the scoring a little bit. Bryce has 12. Midday with 7. Reese with 7.
A little bit more
And
balance.
Jewett with 9.
Yeah.
So pretty even,
Yeah.
pretty balanced scoring. Then you look at the Notre Dame side, and that 19 points sticks out right away when you look at Louis Lesman.
Every time they need a bucket.
He's there. He's there for it. All right, we got a question coming in through Twitter for Ronnie. The toughest high school team you played?
Besides Notre.
Honestly, yeah, Notre was definitely one of the toughest teams in terms of, like, for the way we played and how we wanted to play consistently. You know, Notre is one. Westinghouse is another team.
Same styles. Notre and Westinghouse, same styles.
And probably the toughest Peoria Manual.
Oh, they were, holy cow. Who did they have when you were playing?
They had, Larry Hughes. That was the first time I seen a team with maybe have 5-6 guards, and they all dribble the ball damn near like Kyrie Irving. And pass, cut, and spacing, and all the things that, teams was doing at Princeton back then.
Yep.
They would run into the teeth.
Coach Van Syke.
Yes. One of the best.
One of the best guys. I happened to go to school at Bradley, so I knew Coach Van Syke. Great guy.
Amazing team. Amazing team.
And Peoria loves their basketball. This is that same set that they ran. Oh, they're getting them in the post.
That's like you just wanted. You wanted Sales in the post. Here you go, a little up and under, but can't finish.
And that was good defense.
Hopkins pulls it up, pulls it out.
Nice
Jewett
drive.
cutting
Nice
inside.
drive. Nice
Spins
drive.
it off the glass, little English on that one, and it's a tie ball game here at Fenwick.
And maybe at the timeout, Coach Peck said, hey, Denham, we don't mind you taking the shot, but take it to the rim.
Travel.
That move works in the NBA, but they're not going to let it slide here. Louis Lesman.
Not James Harden.
Yeah, exactly. The long debated step back of James Harden, and Lesman couldn't pull it off right there. So it's all square at 39 with 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. And Fenwick with a chance to take the first lead of the ball game.
I don't think they've led the whole game, right?
No.
They've been down since jump.
Yeah.
Reese with a baseball pass and never a chance.
Just a bad angle, Ronnie. That's just a bad angle.
Coming out of the, yeah.
The thought was there. Get an inside touch for Bryce. Just that pass has to come from the wing, not from the top.
Swing it to the wing,
and
dump it down.
Maybe 80 miles an hour, not 95.
D'Amico picked up his dribble.
Oh, I thought he was going to shoot
Lesman.
that.
Now D'Amico going to the baseline, stopped by Hopkins, kicks it out for DeFrenza.
Fenwick is really engaged defensively, and that's going to make a huge difference the rest of the year.
They got a reach-in foul. That's not a good one on Madej. Not a smart foul right there.
And Reese has really accepted the challenge of guarding Lesman right now. He is in his shorts.
Like the Friars fell asleep on defense there, but caught a break as D'Amico missed the
Got
free
the
ball.
lead.
Now Madej got it blocked by Sales, but the follow's no good.
2 missed layups.
Now Sales going coast to coast.
Tough shot.
Doesn't that always happen?
Really, really nice.
You miss an easy one at one end, and you give up an easy one at the other end.
A little scoop and score right there from Sales coming off a big block on the other end of the floor.
Fenwick not able to get the lead. They get close, but they can't get the lead.
Sales now has 10 points
Take
for the
the
Dons.
middle.
Here's
There you go
Hopkins
now.
going
Get
inside.
big.
Jump stop off the back of the iron. Gets his own
monster,
rebound. And there
monster.
He'll go to the line shooting 2.
That was big time right there.
See if he can shoot free throws here, try and tie this game up. Once again, it's been a struggle from the charity stripe so far for Fenwick.
That's the versatility of Bryce Hopkins right there.
Yeah, he's a great offensive rebounder.
Especially off his own misses. When he misses the ball, he goes back and gets it.
First one off the back of the rim. That's been a killer so far for Fenwick.
Fenwick loses the game. They're going to look at the stats on their free throws.
Come on.
Missed them both. Did Bryce Hopkins. So it's a 2-point lead still for Notre Dame. Minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Lesman dialing it up from deep. Wow.
You got to close to his body.
Louis Lesman just says, why not? Pops it right in the face of Max Reese. You mentioned he was doing a pretty decent job in his shorts on defense, as you said, but that hasn't kept Lesman off the scoreboard. 22 points for the senior so far.
You got to guard him from the parking lot.
Switch to the body. Switch to the body.
You got to get up to his body. But I got to tell you, he might take this video and send it to Mike O'Brien when Mike's making his decision on who's going to be player of the year.
Yeah.
Were you player of the year your senior year?
Yeah, I won in my senior year, and I was second my junior year to Kevin.
Kevin, two guys, 1, 2. That's crazy.
So I won in my senior year, and I was second my junior year.
Another question coming in from Twitter. Ask Ronnie why he doesn't coach. It would be nice to see you as an assistant for Illinois.
Wow. You'd be a great recruiter.
I'll tell you this, but the number one thing is when I retired from basketball was watching the younger kids today of just trying to, give them a lot of things that we didn't have in terms of like the training, all those things that they have at their disposal now, and to give back in terms of a lot of the things that I learned. And this, like I said, teaching them at this younger level is one of the things I really enjoy doing.
That's more enjoyable for you to work with younger kids.
Yeah, to work with younger kids.
I got to tell you, it's amazing. Your story's amazing, Ronnie. I mean,
thank you.
From being, on the top of the mountain and then taking a hit when you got hurt and never playing at the highest level and then turning out with the character you have. It's amazing. It's an amazing story.
I tell you,
you're one of my idols. I got to tell you, I love. You want to do a story on perseverance? Great skip, and he can shoot.
There we go.
Right there. That's your guy, Coach, but came up empty. Offensive rebound by Fenwick. They're down 5. Now Hopkins goes inside. Stops and pops. No good.
There you go.
One more offensive rebound. That time,
4, 5, 6.
The tip again. No good. That was 6 offensive tries for Fenwick. And now it's Reese getting tied up with McGee on the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on Reese. Nobody in the gym like that.
And that's Reese's 4th.
The first half, you see Notre Dame getting a lot of offensive rebounds. Now you see Fenwick in the second half getting a lot of offensive rebounds. We got to finish those buckets.
Yeah, there's no reason Notre Dame's giving up all those offensive rebounds. I love the effort Fenwick's showing down 5, but they got to close this quarter. They don't want to get down any more than 5 going in the fourth quarter.
And now the question is, what do you do with Lesman with Reese on the bench?
Well, you got Jewett on him, and Jewett tried.
And got a steal right there to Jewett.
Never fake back door. They ever teach you that, Ronnie? Never fake back door? You go back door, you go?
No, I'm going. I ain't faking. I'm going. He tried to run you over.
Half a minute to play till the end of the third quarter.
That's 4 empty trips in a row for Fenwick, and all of them within 5 feet of the basket. Oh, great.
That's a telegraph pass right there from McGee. And TJ Stevenson finishes on the other end, pulls Fenwick back within 3. 12 seconds to play.
Big stop here.
With 6 seconds, Lesman picks up his dribble, nowhere to go, and got it to the corner for Sales. Came up completely empty there, and that will send us to the fourth quarter. You wanted a good game, Coach. You got one. 3-point ball game going to the fourth. Notre Dame leads 44-41.
What a game. What a game. Let's talk about our sponsors a little bit. Dot Productions, Tommy Molitor, live streaming.
Spinning the dials.
Spinning the dials.
We need to come up with a new word for that.
He will do weddings.
Funerals?
He said no funerals, but I think live streaming funerals right now, you can't go.
There's a market for it.
Lou Malnati's Pizza. We got one employee here for Lou Malnati's, Ronnie, as an 8th grader. Making pizzas.
Yeah, I was
the worst
best.
pizzas I've ever seen. Almost put us out of business. And then we got
I was the best at it.
The young Bob Costas from Northwestern Journalism School.
Too kind, Coach.
Young Bob Costas. He started somewhere, Nick. We got a lot of money invested in you.
Right here on No Fans in the Stands TV, bringing you the best Chicago high school rivalry.
Here we
You're
go.
cutting off my station ID.
I am. It's a 3-point game. Who's going to win this game, Ronnie?
I mean, like you said, if Fenwick lose this game, they're going to look back at the missed opportunities on the offensive rebounds and the free throws right now.
But who's going to win the game?
I mean, the way it's going right now, it look like Notre Dame.
That's Nick, who's going to win the game?
I got Notre Dame.
You got Notre Dame?
They make timely shots every time.
I'll tell you what. Yeah. I look up there. I see Bryce Hopkins with 12. I guarantee he scores in the 20s. I got Fenwick to win this game.
All right. You heard it here first, folks.
In overtime.
Former Fenwick coach
in overtime
thinks his team's going to win the ball game. What else
overtime.
is new? There's Madej. Came up just a bit short on the 3-ball, and a foul is called. That one on David Geezer.
Executed the play well, got the shot.
They got the shot they wanted, absolutely right. But right now, it just doesn't look to me like Fenwick's doing the things you need to do to win a close game in the final.
Gotcha. I just couldn't go three. I couldn't go with you guys. Go 3 guys.
Yeah, you probably should have did it like NFL picks, and then Fenwick actually win it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, D'Amico on the post.
Good defense.
Yeah, they were looking
Why
for
did they not give it to him?
McGee pulls it back up top instead.
McGee's got to get that to D'Amico. Oh, my.
Lesman in the face of Hopkins.
Oh, my.
What else is new, Louis Lesman?
Holy cow.
Timely
Louis,
shots.
the legend,
shots.
Lesman. The legend. We got 2 legends in the gym, Ronnie.
Yes, I see.
Holy
this kid is special.
Now dumps it inside for Hopkins.
One more
Kick
extra
out.
pass. There you
Great
go.
extra
One extra pass. There
Nice.
you go. But couldn't get the shot. Fenwick just not getting the buckets right now. 47-41 in favor of Notre Dame. It's Lesman with the ball. He has 25 points on the night.
And none of them easy.
No.
I mean, maybe that dunk, but otherwise he's been shooting with people in his face.
It's been contested threes left and right for Louis Lesman.
Distance. Got to make him put it on the floor.
There's D'Amico.
Help out.
Timeout, coach.
You got a timeout right now.
Good call from Ronnie right there.
You got to help out.
Fell asleep.
Yeah. Bryce come across. That should have been pinned against the backboard.
Jewett going inside. Jump stop. Scoops.
Nice rebound, TJ.
The offensive rebounds are coming, but the finishes aren't.
The hustle, the extra effort right now.
Did you ever hear the saying, when you need money, you go to your banker? You need money, you got to go to Bryce in that possession.
Yes. 6 minutes left in the game. Put the ball in your best player's hand. Good defense.
Call timeout.
Tied up. He got the timeout in.
He got it in. Fenwick ain't got stops. They ain't got stops.
They're playing good enough defense.
Yes, they ain't got stops.
Offensively, they're just not converting on some baskets close to the rim.
Yeah.
Close to the rim, and they're getting the ball movement they want, getting some good looks, and just unable to knock them down.
If they lose it, you can, you look at like some of those close missed opportunities and free throws.
Okay, Ronnie, we just got another question in. On that post up right there by D'Amico, what would you say to guards when they get stuck in the post? How do they guard bigger players when they're in the post?
Well, for me, like, I was strong enough I can play
I'm
behind.
not talking, you weren't small. I'm talking about a smaller guy like TJ.
Oh, TJ, you front that.
So get in front of the
post.
Yes,
you front that. You front that.
You know what the best post defense is? No catch. Don't let them catch on the post. That's the best post defense you can play is no catch. And as a guard, you got to battle and you got to get in front. So I agree with your answer.
And there's another thing. Also, you got to put pressure on the passer, too. You just can't give like a direct pass like that.
Yeah, so a call, when you get stuck on the post, you yell out to let your other players know that you got to put pressure on the ball so they can't get an easy post catch.
Exactly.
You get a feeling right here that Fenwick is hanging on, that they need a basket. With 6 minutes to go, down 8. Louis Lesman hasn't missed a shot today. They need to stop.
It's true. They've been hanging on all day, but just haven't been able to extend a lead. The one lead that they did get in the third quarter.
And he hit timely shot.
Big shots.
So it's an 8-point ball game. Fenwick with the ball inside 6 minutes to play. in the final quarter.
Oh, there we
Pass
go.
inside
There we
to
go.
Hopkins, power dribble. He should have gone straight up
Go
with that.
run up and tear the rim down right there,
yep.
Bryce.
He hesitated, put the ball on the floor.
Good execution.
Hopkins, a fairly quiet 12 points so far tonight.
Ooh.
That's Reese back in the ballgame trying to go baseline. Had his shot blocked, but draws the foul.
I think he hit the ball too hard. That's the foul.
Yeah.
I think he hit it too hard. I mean,
but if
that looked clean to me.
If you're going to take a foul, like, you might want to foul Reese right there instead of giving him the bucket and make him earn it at the free throw line.
But now he has to earn it. Fenwick's got to make their free throws.
There we go.
You know, calling this game in a really quiet gym, especially when they're shooting free throws, makes you feel like everybody in here can hear what you're saying.
It's like he's putting on the golf course.
Like Barkley?
Don't putt like Barkley.
I love Jewett's defense today.
Oh, yeah. Look at the side.
Sales out of control going inside, but he left him open.
Give him a look. You can't leave a corner.
I'm not rotating off of him at all. Let him kick it to somebody else.
Yeah. Max Reeves playing with 4 fouls, but he's still got to be on Lesman.
Oh, no.
The Harvard-bound senior now with 28.
And it looked like it might be a 35-point night for him.
Yeah, it could be. No choice but to call a timeout. The Friars now down 9, 5:12 to play in the fourth quarter.
Louis Lesman putting on a show. What's the most points you ever scored in a game, Ronnie?
55.
In high school?
Yeah.
Against who? Did you help the people back in their wheelchairs after the game? Who did you score 55 against?
It was against Lincoln Park.
Really?
But I tell you, probably one of the toughest games was probably against Manly. I had 3 points a half and 3 fouls. I ended up 47 for the game.
Oh, that's a good second half. It's a productive second half.
Yeah, we was down like 14.
Okay. So what would you do with Louis Lesman right now if you're Fenwick?
Oh, for me, every time I'm driving him off the three-point line, rotating another body and making him make the extra pass. I'm like crowding his space. I'm taking his space away. Because right now it's like he's catching, shooting, and like fish in a barrel.
Yeah.
And it's just like effortless. When you can tell, it look like every time it come off his hands, it's going in. He don't even look like he broke a sweat tonight.
Same play they ran earlier. That's a tough shot.
I wouldn't shot that.
For a guy like Geezer, it's
no. And then he falling away with 2 defenders along with him, his own teammate right there.
Falling away 5 feet behind the arc. Down 9.
You know, that's a young kid's thing, though. Sometimes when they call a play for you, you think you automatically got to shoot it, whether it's open or not. They ran a play, he wasn't open, and that's a big boy move.
Like that right there.
Bryce Hopkins putting a body on D'Amico. That's 14 for him now.
He's going to wind up with at least 20. It's his mother's birthday, Karen's birthday.
Oh,
great pass.
Oh, wow. I mean, the way Notre Dame just continue to just stay active and compete.
You're impressed?
Yes, very impressed. You never see no one standing, even on the offensive rebound or the defensive rebound.
Yeah, this is a veteran, well-coached, talented team.
I know it's hard for me to ask you this because we haven't seen nearly everybody in the top 10 yet this season, but do you think Notre Dame is going to finish higher than 4th?
I don't know. I know they got a lot of games. I don't see a lot of losses left on their schedule looking ahead. I mean, they're not going to lose many games. They're going to come into the Chipotle Clash of Champions, you know, on a little bit of run. And if they can get to the last game, they got home games. Those final games are at Notre Dame.
That's right. Doesn't mean, obviously, not nearly as much this year without fans there, but
you're
still,
home,
it's nice to play on your own home turf in your own locker room. You know,
I think if these teams meet again, I think it'd be a little bit different. You know, I think watching this game that Bryce get, you know, like now they're getting the ball in the paint, getting him down there to the low post a little bit more. Can't nobody stop him once he's down there.
Yeah, he is pretty unstoppable.
Even with a double team, you can see he just rises above the 2 bodies around him and finish.
He's determined when he gets the ball down there in the paint. He's pretty determined. It's only a 7-point game. Fenwick's made up 7 points in a couple minutes twice already tonight. They get a little spurt. They get some stops on defense.
Yeah, I know that feeling, though. But when you're on the other side and another guy's hot and feeling it like that, and it's like you reaching and reaching, but you're like, oh, my goodness. You get close, and then here come another big shot. Sometimes it can take the wind out you.
Yeah, Max Reese cannot pick up his 5th foul. That would be a little bit.
That would be a killer.
Yeah.
Because he can guard.
Yeah.
He's strong enough and quick enough to guard D'Amico or guard Lesman, but I don't think anybody guard Lesman tonight. I mean, not one person, maybe 2.
Yeah, I mean, right now you got to run at him, get the ball out of his hand. Because right now, I mean, he's not even sweating.
Well, I'm hoping we get a great finish.
Yes.
A 7-point game right now. Let's talk for a quick second about Fenwick's future, because as much as we've talked about Bryce Hopkins, the 6'7" senior going to Kentucky next year, he's the only senior for this Fenwick team that's played in this game so far. So It seems to me like the best basketball for this club is ahead of him.
But you never want to. You got a chance this year, and last year they had a chance too, and the season didn't end because of COVID. So I know that they're excited. You don't get a player like Bryce. He's a every 25-year type player.
Yeah. There you go. Go in there, get in there, cut through, give him some space.
Well, and when everybody else moves, then it gives Bryce an opportunity to. But if everybody else is standing.
Yeah, that's what's hard to get in the lane.
TJ or Jewett need to create something for other guys.
He's a shooter right there, not a creator.
Never a good idea right there from Madej. Here comes Lesmond, and he'll wisely pull it back out.
Give it right back.
Yep, yes, they did. It was Frank Lynch that threw it away. Sonny Williams couldn't chase it down in front of the scorer's table, and now with 3:56 to play, the Friars are still breathing.
Those 2 plays are why it's so much nicer to be sitting here.
Oh, yeah.
15 rows up from the bench than it is sitting on the bench. Because those plays.
Well, I know you probably would have been out your sweater by now.
I would have been. I probably would not have made my family proud with what would have come out of my mouth after those 2 passes.
Yeah. Good hard drive. Nice.
You can't stop there.
He
dropped like a freight train.
That's only their 5th foul, and I think Bryce has picked up all 5 fouls on them. I think he's created every single foul. They only have 5. They've played pretty well without fouling. That's 4 on D'Amico, and D'Amico's been guarding Bryce. Now they're going to switch Lesman on Bryce.
Oh, come on.
You're not going to win turning the ball over.
Turnovers, missed free throws. Nice.
Yeah, there's Hopkins getting up right there and pinning that ball against the glass. Now the other way is Hopkins. That one goes.
Right. Great body control for such a big kid on that.
Yes.
They were stepping in ready to take a charge, and he went sideways.
It's been ugly, but as we work our way down to the 3-minute mark, it's still a 5-point ball game. And Fenwick is far from out of this one. Lesmond passes it back out. Now Sales thought about it.
Mismatch again. D'Amico cannot leave him one-on-one with a guard.
Oh, he's going to go bust baseline.
Good D. Good D.
That's a good job by Jewett.
Good drive. Good drive. Caught him leaning.
You can't let that happen.
Yeah.
Now Madej going baseline, spinning, shooting.
Good rebound by
Reese.
That's a big turn of events right there.
Watching Notre Dame.
Now Notre Dame's
23-0-2.
They're not going to be in any hurry, and every time Fenwick fouls now, they're shooting free throws.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They got 3 players on that team right there. They handprints all over this game.
Well, their handprints are all over the program. You got 3 Division I kids. How often does a school like Notre Dame have 3 Division I kids at the same time?
No, that don't happen too often with
this is
quite a few schools.
Team of the last 20 years. I mean, they've been good, but this is a team that's, coming into the year, they were ranked number 1, chance to win a state championship. Sales has been great from the line at end of the game so far this year. Every time we see him, he knocks down his free throws. All I got to do is jinx him.
Oh.
The announcer jinx right there, and here comes Jewett and the Friars. Jewett tucking the ball against his chest, and the follow from Hopkins.
Nice.
He's got 18. I told you he ain't going to end up with a 1 in front of his scoring total.
It's true.
Couple stops.
Anybody still feeling 35 from Lesmond?
Depends on this next play that they come out and call for. Because from that point on, it can be foul down the way, and he can get in front of the free throw line still.
Max Reese cramping up.
Yeah, getting stretched out over here right behind the scorer's table.
You know, the one thing Joe always reminds us, not here with us tonight, but the one thing he always reminds us is this is like the, you know, just coming off the Thanksgiving tournament early in the season. So, you know, with a short season, Coach Bailey, when we had his game, he said, you know, normally I tell the kids it's a 4-month marathon, but this year it's a five-week sprint.
Yeah.
So every game's important, but, you know, they're not playing it. And they had 1 week to prepare. So you're not seeing – this is a high-level game, even though there's been a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, you're not seeing every team, you know, getting the, you know, full practices in and building that continuity, especially with the Fenwick team. You can see Notre Dame is a veteran team, and you can see with their 3 leaders right there, you know, basically and set the tone for this whole game.
Yeah, and those 3 guys have been through the wars together.
Yeah, and you can tell by their composure. They're very composed.
Fenwick coming out and extended 1-3-1. Probably looking to trap right over half court if they get an opportunity. You want to keep the ball in the middle of the court if you're Notre Dame. And you don't want to float passes. Everything wants to be crisp. You want to attack, come to the ball.
Or you got a guy who can jump up and just grab it like that.
Yeah. Not 50 inches though, Ronnie.
Look at their patience.
Yeah, but
see that ball, that last pass, I probably would have stole that one.
We've talked about it with Joe a lot. Would you want a high school shot clock, Ronnie?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I want more scoring, too. Our defense, but I want, you know, sometimes towards the end of the game, when you can hold the ball, it kind of takes the fun out. Max Reese fouled out.
Max Reese fouled out. They didn't want him to use up that foul. But Sales, that's probably the guy you wanted to foul after he missed the last 1-and-1.
Yeah, these are big free throws. Every bucket count right now.
This is the last one-on-one for Notre Dame. They'll be shooting 2 from now on. Fenwick still not shooting in the bonus.
That time Sales gets
big
it to
shot.
Go. Big shot right there. All right, one more question coming in. This one from our producer, Tommy Molitor, for you.
Okie doke.
Who in today's game reminds you most of yourself?
Oh, man. In high school?
No, I'd say pro.
I would say pro, yeah.
Mixture of Westbrook and Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So he was pretty decent, if you guys haven't figured it out by now.
Yeah. two pretty good players.
Oh, nice spin. And one.
Go after it again.
There you go.
Yeah, he tied him up right there. Hopkins couldn't finish.
You got 3 guys on Fenwick standing at half court. You got 4 Notre Dame guys here. Guys, you fighting, game on the line.
Did he call a foul?
No, he called a warning, I think, on.
Yeah, I guess Hopkins might have said something to the official right there. Not really sure.
I don't think
Coach Peck wanted a sub right there.
Yeah. Got to foul him, I think.
Foul.
Not Sales.
Oh, they're going to get it to him right now.
And not Louis. Maybe the sophomore. Foul the sophomore.
They fouled him late in the Pats game, too, though, and he was as composed
money.
as anybody on this team at the free throw line.
He's a great player. Sophomores playing varsity at schools like this got to be great players. This is the future right here. Sonny Williams, the future of Notre Dame. Really the only underclassman that gets significant minutes. Still leaving the door open.
He's the only underclassman on the team.
Well, there's more underclassmen on the team, but he's the only underclassman that plays. Fenwick needs a quick hoop. Doesn't have to be a 3.
Let's get a quick bucket.
If you're Notre Dame, you're putting 5 guys on Bryce right now.
He lost it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Friars. 57.1 seconds on the clock right here. And it's an 8-point ball game. And Fenwick now officially on the ropes.
Oh, they've been on the ropes for a while. Attack the rim like that. Go to the boards. Everybody standing. Down 8 on those shots. Like you say, Ronnie, you got to go to the board.
Yeah, you had 3 guys last possession standing at half court, and you got Bryce and Gabe, only one attacking the rebound, especially in this situation right now. Everything in every second shot count.
What's a 6-point game? Notre Dame's in the double bonus. Fenwick playing against an experienced team. They got their hands full to try and pull this game out.
Yeah, and I know that, with Notre Dame, the 3 guys keep touching the ball every time down the floor. They 3 leaders every time down the floor.
In a situation like this, it's got to be those 3 guys. Those are the 3 you want at the free throw line.
Yeah.
But just about anybody on this team, especially Sonny Williams, looks composed, and they look like a team that'll win every game they play inside of 2 minutes when it's close.
Yeah.
Well, that's what championship teams do.
They have a lot of versatility.
That's for sure. That's a great point. Everybody can kind of do a little bit of everything.
Yes, and that's the difference in this game.
Don't catch in the corner. You don't want to catch there. That is
timeout in.
That's not a senior play right there.
Not at all.
Let's look at our upcoming games. Can we do that, Tom? These are our upcoming games.
30-second timeout.
All right,
we got Evanston at Glenbrook South, CSL Showdown, where the winner of that conference is going to be in the Chipotle Class of Champions. Then DePaul College Prep back here at Fenwick. Hoping to get a public league game in sometime. We're just trying to work through the rules of how many people can get into the gym. Right now it doesn't look. And then the quarterfinals, March 12th. And then the finals. It's going to be on ESPN3. Dave Kaplan, Jonathan Hood are going to take our spots. You're going to get some professionals. Professionals bringing you the game, not a bunch of amateurs.
We are professionals.
We're professional at something. Just trying to figure out what it is. But next week's game, Evanston against Glenbrook South. Glenbrook South's off to a great start. I know they played New Trier earlier today. I'm not sure of the score. And I know Evanston hasn't lost. So could be 2 undefeated teams we see next Saturday night.
And Sales got tugged right there, no call.
He didn't see that one. Good bet.
Attack the rim.
Handful of jersey.
There we go.
There it is. It is a 3-point game, 37 seconds.
David
and they're having trouble. They go to the corner again.
They get it to Lesman in the middle. Lesman pushing it up the floor. And a foul. Yeah, they wanted a carry, and that's what it looked like to me.
You heard our call as soon as you got it. There we go.
Well, Geezer's one of the best shooters in the state, and again, it's his first game back, but that was a clean look. He's not going to miss many.
That was a clean look, and it looked good the whole way.
Okay, now you got to figure Lesman's going to make at least 1 or 2, probably 2. Fenwick doesn't need a 3.
Not at all.
Because it's going to be a 2-possession game. They got to take, if they get an open 3 in transition, take it, but otherwise, take it hard. Take it hard to the rim.
Stop the clock, try to get the free throw line, knock down your free throws. Like you said, Coach, if you look at it, as this game unraveled, free throws.
Yep, free throws came back to haunt Fenwick, but the game's still not over. 28 seconds to go. Get the ball in the Bryce's attack. That's deep.
That is deep, but it's money.
Okay.
How about that from David Geezer, the junior? And it's a 2-point ball game with 18.6 to play.
Geezer makes Fenwick a lot better. He makes them a lot better. He can shoot from deep.
Timely shots. Timely shots. One stop right here.
Now,
it'd been a quiet game so far for Geezer, but he has a total of 8 now.
If I'm Coach Clancy, the one thing I'm telling my guys right now is don't catch the ball in the corner. You cannot catch the ball. Fenwick is out of timeouts. They cannot stop the clock. So right now, if you're Coach Peck, you're talking not only about this defensive possession, but what you're thinking. And you got to talk about if you're down 2, if you're down 3, if you're down 4. You know, a lot of things can happen in these next 18 seconds, but Fenwick put themselves in possession to make an unbelievable comeback right now.
Oh, yeah.
The pressure kind of shifts right now to Notre Dame.
Exactly. A turnover here can be everything.
When you're shooting free throws, you know if you miss.
You miss one of them, you leave the door open.
You leave the door open after dominating, you know, the score the whole game. You've been up the whole game. There's been a couple runs by Fenwick, but throw over the top. Don't throw to the corner and get the ball to your seniors. Good double team, jump ball.
Foul.
They call the foul.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that one coming.
That's the right call, but it was close.
Now, watch Fenwick. Watch their body language. They should be getting together right now and talking.
Exactly.
They're all kind of standing around.
They still thinking about the call, still looking at the game right now.
Yep. This is where Bryce, he's been through the wars. Some of these juniors haven't. He's got to be directing them, telling them, hey, this is what we're doing right now. We're okay. We're still okay.
Yes. Game still intact.
Okay, 16 seconds. You still got time if you're only down. If you're down, okay, you're down 3 right now.
Still in it, still good.
Sales needs to make this, and Pugh is in the game right there trying to get the trap, but in comes T.J. Stevenson. They want him for his offense. So now Sales with a chance to make this a 4-point game. 16 seconds to play.
If I'm Notre Dame, I'm finding Geezer on the perimeter. I'm not letting 21 get a look. 4-point game.
Really calm, cool, and collected right there. For
That's
Sales.
the difference in the game right now, the free throws.
They got a foul to waste. That was a smart foul. They had a foul to waste. 15 seconds to go, 4-point game.
And that foul right there just took the momentum in terms of like they want to get the ball up the floor fast and try to score.
Now it's a half-court possession.
Yep.
And we know how good Notre Dame's defense has been in the half court so far. Hewitt gets to the rim and gets a foul.
Oh, that was going to be a tough shot anyway.
Yeah, it's a tough shot, but this is what you want to do. You put the defense in a tough spot, attacking the rim like that.
Knock these down.
Hewitt's had some trouble from the free throw line so far today. With 11 seconds left, it's a 4-point ball game. Now down to 3.
Still time left for a comeback. If you miss here, watch Bryce back tipping. Okay, 2-point game. Set up your press. Good job by Coach Peck subbing there. It stops Notre Dame from getting it in quick.
This is as good of a finish as we'll have so far here on No Fans in the Stands TV. They get the ball to Lesman.
They threw it away.
Jewett goes up.
Oh, not a tie game. 5 seconds to go.
5 seconds to go. Sales bring it up the floor.
1.
From the counter.
No, we got overtime.
We're all square here from Fenwick.
Comeback.
Who tipped that ball?
All square at Fenwick, 61-61. And how about the finish right there from the junior, Dedham Jewett?
Now,
hey, time out. Who said Fenwick in overtime?
Nobody.
Who called Fenwick? I said Fenwick in overtime. You guys, Notre Dame, I said Fenwick in overtime.
I'm Coach Peck right now. Bryce got to have his ball every time.
Hey, what happens? There's no jump balls in high school basketball this year. Now it's overtime.
We'll find out. They're not going to give the ball to the away team, are they?
Well, the visitors they're flipping a coin. It's a coin flip.
All right, we've yet to see this on a basketball court.
It's a coin flip. When's the last time you see a coin flip? If I was Coach Peck, I'd have a 2-headed coin.
You didn't just pass down yours to him when you gave him the job?
Oh, here we go. It's went under the table. They can't find it.
They're looking at it.
They're looking. They can't find it. They don't know.
What is it?
It looks like it's Notre Dame's ball on the coin flip.
Fenwick win this game. My player of the game for Fenwick is Denham.
Denham played great defense, but how about Geezer on those?
Geezer big shots, but Denham threw out this whole game.
Denham has played, and I'll tell you what, those last 2 takes to the rim.
Yes.
Strong.
And he hit the free throws.
He's just kind of blossoming. He was kind of in Trey Pettigrew's
shadow.
Shadow a little bit. And, losing a player like Trey Pettigrew, he decided to transfer to a prep school, didn't think the season was going to happen. I think he's in the stands today. I bet he went.
Yeah, I seen him in the stands today.
And his dad, what a great athlete. Football, and basketball at Penn State.
Yep.
And he's got a slew of young kids in his
I've
house.
seen some of the younger kids play this, in a couple months ago in Indiana.
Okay, now you guys want to change your tune here? You still have Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're sticking with
Still
it.
have Notre Dame. Okay.
Even though right now a little momentum, 4 minutes is basically almost a whole nother quarter.
Okay. A couple guys with 4 fouls over there. Anthony Sales and Troy
you don't have
D'Amico, both with 4 fouls.
Yeah, but you had no Max
Reese
Reese.
already out of the game.
Max Reese out of
fouled
the game.
out. So a 4-minute overtime period is underway here.
Great
and
hit.
Sales threw it away.
Nice D.
That one's picked up by David Gieser, the man of the hour.
Giving him a big lift, a
Yes.
huge lift.
If you can't
foul Bryce. D'Amico cannot foul Bryce. They got him on him with 4 fouls. Oh, he just threw it up to get it
Got
back.
it right back.
If you want money, go to the banker.
You want money, you go to your banker.
Right
Bryce
now.
Hopkins now with 20. I told you he wasn't going to have a 1 in front of his number.
Give him the ball every time. Right now, you go to your best players.
Fenwick has led in this game for about 5 seconds total, and throws that one away, did Lynch.
6-7.
Hopkins pulling away now.
3 minutes to go. Fenwick with their first lead since when?
They've led for like 10 seconds this entire game.
Oh, Bryce with
Hopkins
4
bodying
fouls.
up D'Amico. In and out it goes.
Okay.
D'Amico with the rebound.
Good possession, getting him the ball.
Good
Tough
defense,
shot.
Denham.
Yep.
Oh, no, right
Denham,
there.
don't play.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
It's okay.
Oh,
It's
I don't know
okay.
about that one. Like, actually, I think.
That foul's on Jewett. It's his 3rd.
Hey, when you're Louis Lesman, you deserve getting that call.
Oh, yeah, I got those calls.
You might be right with 35 points. He has 30.
Two minutes, 50 seconds to play in the overtime period. It's a 63-62 now tie game.
You got so many people.
Go ahead, Ronnie.
There are a lot of people tuning in watching this game.
Well, if you're not tuned in now, you should be tuned in. You should be texting everybody.
There you
Geezer
go.
gets it down
Back
low to
down
Jewett.
now.
Jewett working in the post.
Tough
That
shot.
won't go.
Look at that
Fight for
rebound.
the rebound. Where is it going? It's staying with the Friars.
But you see, look what Bryce at. Like right now, everybody in there help rebound. You don't have no Max Reese in the game. Every possession count throughout from this point on. I think he might end up getting 38. Oh, nice.
How many times
Yeah,
can
good
the
little
fake
slip
handoff-
right there, but a
Nice,
block by
nice.
D'Amico,
There you
followed
go.
by Hopkins, is up and in.
That he didn't stand there that time. He went there and actually got that board.
Well, this is the best high school game I've seen so far this year. I've only seen 4, but this is the best one. If this place was full, could you imagine what this would be like?
Yeah,
This is a big
D'Amico got
bucket right
inside.
here.
But off the bottom of the rim it goes. So 2 minutes to play now. 2-point lead.
Oh, that's
Hopkins
right down
going
the
way
middle, right
inside.
down.
Oh.
He threw it off the bottom of the rim. Just
Gotta
couldn't
get
control
back.
his body getting inside.
Oh, nice.
Sonny Williams with a spin
got
move. That's
killed.
no good. Williams fighting for it on the floor. He picks it up and draws a foul.
Oh,
He got
nice
fouled
spin
early.
move. Yeah, the spin move was nice.
Yeah.
I thought Bryce was going to go down there with bad intentions and dunk that ball.
Is that what it's called? Bad intentions?
Yeah,
Is it
last
bad
night.
intentions for the rim or for your defender?
For both.
For both.
Did you see ask the boy from Toronto last night that happened to kid from Minnesota? The dunk last night, the rookie, the #1 pick from Minnesota.
Fenwick's going to come away here with a lead. Minute 54 to go.
So what are you doing here, Coach?
I'm getting the
With
ball
a
to
1
Bryce.
point
Getting Bryce on that block.
And I'm probably making Geezer pass it into him. You cannot leave Geezer. Put your shooter and your post guy on the same side.
And overload 1. Give it to him.
Minute 42.
There you go. I wish you got a little bit lower.
4 fouls.
He pulling this one.
Good decision, but not to shoot that. Denham's growing up here tonight in front of our own eyes.
Swing it to him.
Yes, he is.
A lot of
Sonny
standing.
Williams off balance, but
Lot of
hold it back
standing.
out.
Too much standing around.
Yep, you don't want to hold here. He's on a count. Does he know he's on a count? He broke the count.
Nice.
Charge.
Offensive
Yep,
foul.
that's a good call right there. And Sonny Williams moving his feet, getting in front of the offensive player, and Notre Dame will get the ball back down 1.
The power of taking charges.
You
Big
called
time
it.
play.
Most time possessions like that with no movement, it don't end up
well.
Yeah, don't end well.
They don't end well.
Did he foul out too?
Jewett looks like he's limping a little bit. He might be
like
cramping up as well.
too.
Reese was having problems with that earlier, and now Jewett will lay down right in front of our broadcast table here.
He's got
and
4
get some
fouls. Okay, 1:11 to go. Fenwick up 1. Notre Dame's ball. Fenwick still not in the double bonus. They're in the bonus. Notre Dame in the double bonus. I think somehow the way Louis Lesmon's played today, I think he's got to get the ball in his hands.
No doubt about it.
And then
32 points for Lesmond already.
He can make a decision.
Yeah,
like
right
he's got
now,
a lot of guys he can pass it to, but if he's got an open look,
you got to take it. And right now you're in a double bonus anyway. So listen, you get a one-on-one opportunity to get down the middle lane, take it, and either try to get to the free throw line or finish. Because right now you're the best player on your team.
I think Joe Hendrickson is mad that he's not here. We miss you, Joe. We miss you, Joe. You're missing a great game.
Oh, yes.
We didn't replace him with a scrub, though.
Hey, I bet those people down at O'Sullivan's on Madison Street, Jim Watts, class of 76, I bet they're tipping a few beers right there, all Fenwick alumni. I know they got a party going on down there.
That's assuming it didn't clear out with a minute left in this game.
No, Fenwick people stay to the end. Madison Street would be hopping after this game on a normal day. Good job by D'Amico posting up on the back
nice.
cut.
Good back cut by Sales, but he missed it. Got it back and followed.
Oh, my goodness. What a play.
That was a great call. Thinking they're going to overextend, not let him get a catch and back cut him. Clancy.
Get the ball.
Clancy's been great after timeouts.
3/4 of a minute to play.
Oh, my.
1 point lead for Notre Dame. Ball goes out of bounds off of D'Amico. Stays with Fenwick.
No, that was right. D'Amico hit the ball and went straight down on the floor.
Was it off of him, though?
Oh,
in the
yeah,
first
but
place?
on Bryce's face.
I don't think so. I think D'Amico made a good play, but
I thought it was going to go off Fenwick until D'Amico touched it.
Yeah. Fenwick has not been strong with the ball in the half court after they got the lead. They've kind of gotten tentative. It's hard. It's hard to play and it's hard to coach in these situations, especially early in the year. You don't know what to expect from all your guys. This is the first time they've been in this kind of a pressured situation. You're going to learn a lot. Both teams are going to come out of this game better.
You got two great teams going at it.
Yeah, 41 seconds to go. Fenwick's ball dead on the sidelines. 1 point game. You don't hold for one for sure. You got to get the ball to Bryce. And if Bryce gets double teamed, he'll spit it out.
Yeah.
They've got guys who can make shots, no doubt about it.
Like you say, with your high hands, the three players that got you back in this game is Denham, Bryce, and Geezer.
And so far, it hasn't been the first shot that hurts these teams. It's been the second shot. It's been offensive rebounds that have been the difference in the game.
Yes, I love to see the stats after the game in terms of the rebound.
How many offensive rebounds there's been. But it seems like every big basket here recently has been a second shot.
So Fenwick will have it from the sideline all the way down near the left corner.
Both Sales and D'Amico playing with 4 fouls right now. 40 seconds to go.
Okay, with Geezer. There you go.
There's Geezer. Do it again?
Yes,
he did. Do it again?
Yes, he did.
30 seconds to go. 68-66.
That's Sales losing control, going inside,
gets
it to go.
Now you go for one.
As
now
he was going to the ground, we're all square with 17 seconds to play. They're going to hold for one.
1-4 flat. Everybody stay down.
Yep.
Bryce, this
10
is where
seconds.
you want the ball.
9, 8, don't shoot too early. Don't shoot too early.
Inside, kicks it out. Jewett from the corner. Comes up short.
We got double overtime.
Lesmond from half court.
Oh!
No!
The game is over.
But net.
And he got 35.
Oh, my God.
35. Look, I said he get 35.
Oh, my God.
35. I said he hit 35 points tonight.
What
and he got 35.
A shot. No, hey.
I said 35.
A lot of his shots were from deep.
And that was from the deepest.
And you called double overtime.
Listen, they looked good when he
Jim was
released
holding
it.
their breath, and you called double overtime.
How many points I say he gonna get?
35 points. You got it.
35.
You got it.
Oh my God. 71-68 final. You saw it here on No Fans TV. Hey, you cannot use this broadcast without the written consent. I don't know how the rest goes, but you can't use this without the written consent of No Fans TV.
The express written consent.
Lou Malnati's Pizzeria and Dot Productions. You better be begging to show this game again.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, is ESPN still got their top 10 going for tonight?
Yes, that got to be on there.
That has got to be
that
on
got to
ESPN.
Be on there.
We need the boomer calling this one out.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my gosh.
As soon as the geezer get, I said, he got it. That was a hell of a play that Coach Peck blew up right there.
And that time we didn't shoot that early. I thought that was done appropriately.
Man,
it was a good shot.
Nice play setup.
Bryce kicking the ball out of a triple team. Jewett in the corner. But how about the new found offense that, I mean, they had him last year, Geezer, but he missed his first 4 shots.
And he got himself going.
And then he made 3 in a row, and every one was bigger than the last.
The fact that he stayed with him, and that's the thing, that right there, like, even though Fenwick lost this game, for those guys as juniors, you grew up and get moments like this.
Yeah, and nobody lost the game. You know, let's talk about that. Nobody lost the game. Notre Dame won the game. It's a great win.
But we did because we picked Notre Dame.
I guess I lost. I said overtime.
And then he said double overtime.
And that's what it looked like when he released that ball. I said, this better not go in.
It was pure.
It was pure. It hit just like every one of his shots.
And
it hit nothing but the bottom.
But you can't say enough about Geezer. And I'll give you credit for that. I think it was you who said he missed his first 3 shots, and you said he's not going to stop shooting.
Yeah, and he's going to make shots.
It was the last 4 that turned out to be really big for the Fenwick team.
But if you look at that, what was that, a 1-point win? Fenwick got to be looking at the free throws.
Yeah, it was a 3-point win. It was a tie game. We thought it was going to double overtime.
So 3-point line.
They turned that scoreboard off real fast.
Yeah. If you look at the missed free throws, they
missed at least 5 or 6.
And then not having Max Reese in the game.
Yeah, that hurt him. But I'll tell you what, it let other guys grow up.
Yeah.
It did. And Notre Dame earned it.
Okay.
They hung tough and they earned it.
We need to go down the street on Madison and get ourselves a beverage because that was crazy. So we need to thank Scott Thies and the Fenwick Athletic Department for setting us up. We got to thank Tommy, spinning the dials.
Oh, man, y'all guys was amazing.
And then Ronnie Fields. It's not often we get a legend. Not often we get a legend to stand by a legend.
Hey, I had fun, y'all guys. This was amazing. Thanks for having me.
And let me tell you, if you do have a young kid and you're living out here, find Ronnie. Let Ronnie invest in your kid's life. He is one of the best, and he's got an unbelievable story, and that story is still being created. We got the young Bob Costas with us today.
Oh, he was amazing.
Yep.
He's amazing.
That's an honor coming from you. That's an honor.
Yes.
And if this doesn't get you to come back to No Fans in the Stands TV, I do not know what will.
This was an amazing game.
It was great. So Lou Malnati's, your neighborhood pizza place.
We had a lot of
sponsoring.
Especially during the game, had a lot of people Instagram and texting. Everybody was watching this game.
Dot Productions. We will see you next week at the Titan Dome as Evanston plays Glenbrook South.
People, wow.
Can we recreate a game like this? Joe Hendrickson, where are you? Joe, where are you?
I don't know, but after this, do we really want him back?
Oh, yeah, we need Joe. We need Joe. Okay, so you see the schedule. Next Saturday night, we'll be in Glenview watching Glenbrook South.
We did 2 games in a row, 3 games this week, but we're going to keep you waiting for a little bit for the next one. So if you miss us, go watch some highlights.
And then
they'll be up on our YouTube channel.
These teams could clash again in the Chipotle Clash of Champions.
We got to thank great teams.
We got to thank Chipotle for, again, just sponsoring high school basketball. We are excited to see you next week, but we need to sign off. Nick Magus, the legend, Ronnie Fields, and Rick Malnati saying see you next Saturday night.
Peace.